Well, hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the beginning or the end of one year and the embarking of a next one. This is your host, Keith Woolrich here. Man, just excited about what's going on in the new year, ladies and gentlemen. I've closed out the old and I'm looking forward to the new. And that's what I want to talk about today, uh, about the power of looking back. As we embark on a new year, let's talk about looking back in order to leap forward. That's what I want to discuss today. So, as we prepare for the new year, let's explore on how reflecting on the past behind us can help us build an exciting and purpose driven future, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you like myself, this year has been full of some ups and some downs, but we're here. If you're listening to this, we're here. So as we reflect, we're going to go back a little bit, and that's just not about nostalgia, but it's a tool to use by revisiting the past year or even the past decade. We get to gain some insights into patterns, into some lessons, into some moments of gratitude. And for my college students, this may mean, looking back, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Look at some of your successes. And we got to look at some of the stumbles that happened in school or your relationships. And then for my generation, for those over 50, it might even mean celebrating some achievements. We had some while considering how to pivot toward new goals. And the big success for me in 2024 was the release of Decisions for the Dais, Decisions from the Dais. Oh my God, we did it. Where is my copy here? Let me find my copy here. Here it is. I don't think you can see with the lighting, but yes, it was released in March of 2024. So excited about the text. It is going forward in 2025 as we are going to do some school board conferences and some other talks about good leadership. So that was my big takeaway. What was your big takeaway in 2024? What was your big win? Because I'm sure we all had some wins. So when we're dealing with our wins, let's write these moments down and be proud of them. What did you accomplish? I'm sure you did something. But there also was some challenges, and we have to acknowledge our challenges as well. Acknowledge the difficulties, but without judgment. And the key question is, what did you learn? And then what was unexpected? I know we had some unexpected in my family, some illnesses. We had a couple of deaths in my personal close family. Again, I lost my dear uncle, my uncle Harold, my uncle Tommy. He was the patriarch of our namesake on the Woolrich side of the family. And I lost my second mom. I'm recovering from that. That was a surprise when I got that phone call early that one morning. So, time for me to reflect as well. I had some good experiences, I had some bad experiences. But overall, it was a good year. Lost some of my role models, some of the famous people that you all aware of. Probably my favorite musical artist, Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly and Mays went on. James Earl Jones. A lot of athletes. Oh, just recently, the guy who I just loved and admire. Ricky Henderson with the snap catch and the way he would dance when he hit a hole, he snap it, he hop around the bases. Man, that one stung me. Ricky was my guy. A lot of athletes, a lot of musical stars, people that I've admired growing up has gone on. But you know, it's okay. That's a part of life. I don't like it. That's a part of life I would rather not have to deal with. But at the same time, I look back and reflect on the joy that they brought me as a child and even as an adult. So, with that said, as we look back, we were looking back so that we can take a leap forward. Like I said earlier, just looking back is only half the journey. Now, the next step is to define our leap, which means setting some clear, actionable intentions or goals for the year ahead. What do you plan to accomplish in the 2025, ladies and gentlemen? What's on your radar? What are some things that you're thinking about? Some goals and objectives that you have planned that you wish or want to accomplish? For my students, the key question is, where do you want to grow academically or personally? Or is it acing that class? Is it I don't know, what else can we talk about? Building some meaningful and lasting friendships. You never know who you're sitting next to in your classes, or maybe even landing that internship but before graduation. For those that are my age, that life does begin after 50, what new passions or projects could you explore? Maybe, now that many of us are empty nesters, maybe it's writing or traveling, or like I love do, mentoring the next generation. So take a moment to write this down. Write down your personal goals and objectives. I may do another video on about goals and objectives, but for right now, just take one goal and relate that to your personal growth. That's something we can think about over the next year. Or one goal for contributing to the community. I was thinking about this a couple of days ago. What can I do to contribute to my community? And also, what is one stretch goal that excites and challenges you? What's the one thing that you're going to need God's grace to get you there? Well, I'll be candid and forthright. My students this past year have challenged me to this online world, this social media world of starting an Instagram posts and I don't know what it's called, Instagram feed or Instagram page, along with the YouTube channel. So that's really, really stretching me. And I was told, I guess, a magic number is to have 1,000 subscribers to your page, 1,000 subscribers of people that will follow you or listen to you. So that's a stretch goal for me. For my Professor Dub Instagram page and my Professor Dub YouTube page, 1,000 subscribers is a goal that I'm reaching for. I don't know if I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna do my best. I believe if I provide good quality content, good quality information, good quality podcast, that you guys will like what we are putting down. So that's a long term goal of mine. I have one more long term academic goal that I want to meet. So we'll talk about that later. I'm looking up right now because I'm looking at my goals. There's some revenue goals that I have for my consulting practice. Oh, would like to sell 1,000 books this past year, this next year. That's a goal of mine. Uh, Here's one. I would like to slim down to 215 pounds. Woo! You talk about a stretch goal. Excuse me. That's a stretch goal to get down to 215 pounds. Again, I'm looking. Let's see here. There's two credit cards I would like to get paid off. We talked about the thousand subscribers. Uh, Talked about the revenue goals. Oh, and here's the long term goal. Live long enough, do this long enough that I can impact 1 million people. That's a long term goal before we go meet the Lord, that we have a positive impact on 1 million people. So, yes, hopefully you can help me. If I've impacted you any way, good or bad, let me know. Subscribe, like, put some comments here so I know if I'm getting closer to the million, because that is a goal of mine. So what's one of your goals? Let's see here. What else I want to talk about? I wrote it down in my notes here. Um, Also, I want to be a bridge builder, between the generations. That when students and older adults come together, a lot of things happen. Amazing ideas are born. When that youthful energy meets this graybeard wisdom of experience, things take place. Like I said earlier, this social media thing I'm on with my Instagram page and these YouTube channels, this was generated by my students. You know, I'm listening to them. They mentor me. I have to stay open to their new ideas, and they are teaching me about this technology, the TikToks and the Therefores and the so forths and the creativity they have. And uh, I have a student that I want to work with to be kind of an influencer for me. She's amazing. But then at the same time, I want to be able to teach, to share the wisdom that some of these gray hairs has provided me over the years with the younger generation. That I firmly believe there is this gap between Generation X, Millennials, and Z. The way society is going crazy, we must bring us together. So I firmly believe that by connecting with other generations, we amplify or we build up to make this next year extraordinary by definitely doing something of that nature where we bridge the gap. And I just want to play a little small part in that procedure. What else can we do? What else can we talk about? Oh, let me find my notes. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Oh, here we go. Let's talk about intentionality and being and execute that we structure this next year so that it becomes reality of what we put down. Again, like I said above here, what we put down. So I need you all to be intentional. So here in this book here and up on my wall, I've wrote down my goals in this book that I can reflect every day. I also kind of have a vision board that I look up, or I call it a goal board that that shows me. I'm looking at it right now. What I want to do. There's some apps there. What do I put on this? I want to buy a new bike. Yeah, the house that I want to live on. Again, I have that over a million served. Um, Again, a guy who's about 20 pounds less than me. He's on this on my goal board. And who do I want to represent? What kind of person I want to be? So write them down, ladies and gentlemen. Again, here's what I've wrote my goals down. But there's apps for you younger people. And I also believe in having some accountabilities. I have my gang of five. These are my partners. These are my boys. These are my running buddies. These are my dogs. These are my friends who mentor me to help me to stay on track. So who's in your corner? Again, I have my gang of five, my five homeboys. Who is your group? Your group. Your group that you run with. I'll be on this about 13, 14 minutes. So let's wrap this up. So, remember that our growth, guys, is going to come from a balance of looking backwards and leaping forward. As we look forward, there's going to be some challenges that's going to come up, especially for my students. There's going to be challenges as you continue your college journey, but embrace them. And then for those old heads, those gray beards after 50, again, this new year is our canvas, and we can paint it boldly. That's what I like about a new year, ladies and gentlemen. Think of it as a fresh slate, a white canvas where you can paint the canvas any way. You are the conductor. You are the artist of how you can create your year. And are there going to be ups? Yes. Are there going to be downs? Many. But we're going to just be there for one another. We're going to just work on it. We're not going to quit. And whatever goal, dream, aspiration that you have, remember to execute on it. Remember to execute on it. So paint 2025 boldly, with the lessons from the past, and you put in a little bit of your dreams for the future. So before I close, man, I sound like a Baptist preacher. Please, again, I want to promote. Again, I want 1,000 subscribers on my Instagram pages, uh, my Professor Dub page, my cousin Keith page On Instagram, I would like to still promote, my YouTube channels. Uh, Conversations with Cousin Keith, Professor Dub, and I've created another one. I put it on Facebook. It's called Encompassed. And that's one about life wisdom that I put out there basically. I put something on Facebook today. I'll do another one here in a couple days where it's videos about applying wisdom because that's what we need in this world. That's one thing I believe we have firmly have a gasp and a gap for is wisdom. Just good common sense wisdom. So that's called Encompass. Be on the lookout for that. I just put something introductory out earlier this morning, but be on the lookout for Encompass. But Conversations with Cousin Keith, subscribe and like that YouTube channel. That's where I'll be posting this video. Oh, Spotify. This will also be on my Spotify channels for my students. The Dub Factor, Doing Business with Life with Professor Woolridge. And again, Life After 50. Life After 50 for those in my generation. So um, that's the end of my time. I thank you all for yours, for joining me today. So let's make this year or this next year one to remember. And I will see you next time on either, Life After 50 or the Dub Factor. Happy New Year.